The most romantic thing she ever bought was worth a fraction the second she walked out the store. A rock she was told was rare. It isn't. A rule she was told was tradition. It was an ad. From 1947. This is the story of De Beers, the company that turned a near worthless stone into a priceless forever. Every fortune hides a crime. Meet today's greedhead. Because De Beers didn't find the diamonds, they found the lie. And the wildest part? We still pay for it. Every wedding season. Stick around because this one ends with a sting nobody warns you about. Subscribe if you want the next one before it gets you. So how did a rock you can grow in a lab become the most expensive symbol of love on Earth? Let's rewind, because the answer is one of the greatest cons ever sold. For centuries, diamonds really were rare. A handful trickled out of India and Brazil. Kings and queens? That's it. Then, 1870, South Africa. They didn't find a mine. They found a flood. Suddenly, diamonds were pouring out of the ground by the ton. By every law of supply and demand, the price should have collapsed. A diamond should cost about as much as a nice piece of glass. It should have, but someone made sure it didn't. Enter Cecil Rhodes, a British businessman with a simple, ruthless idea. If diamonds aren't rare, you make them rare. In 1888, he founded De Beers and started buying every mine he could. By 1900, his company controlled about 90% of the world's diamonds. Here's the trick. Think of it like a dam. Behind it, an ocean of diamonds. Out front, a tiny controlled drip. Flood coming? Shut the valve. Keep the vaults full. Keep the price sky high. They were sitting on a mountain, selling you a pebble and calling it priceless. But there was a problem. A scarce rock is still just a rock. People needed a reason to want it. Badly. So in 1938, De Beers hired an ad agency, and it ran the greatest campaign in history. The goal wasn't to sell a diamond. It was to sell a feeling. Make a man believe a ring proves his love. Make the size prove how much. Mr. Greedhead's favorite move? Don't sell the thing. Sell the fear of looking cheap. In 1947, a copywriter named Frances Gay Rhett E. was stuck on a deadline. Half asleep, she scribbled 4 words. A diamond is forever. It debuted in 1948, and it's been on every De Beers ad ever since. Voted the best ad slogan of the entire 20th century. Forever, as in never sell it. As in this loss is permanent. Genius. Then they put it everywhere. They handed diamonds to movie stars and let the cameras roll. Every screen idol, every royal wedding, the same glittering message. Then came the masterstroke. The 2 months salary rule. There is no rule. De Beers invented it. They started at 1 month's salary, then they just doubled it. Why? Because they could. And we paid it. The results were staggering. In 1940, just 1 in 10 brides got a diamond ring. By 1990, it was 8 in 10. U.S. sales went from $23 million to over $2 billion from an ad. And here are the actual numbers, in case you think we made them up. Which brings us back to that ring. The one worth a fraction the moment you leave. Try to sell it back. Go ahead. The jeweler who sold it to you for $10,000 will offer maybe a third. Because there is no real resale market. De Beers made sure of that. Remember forever? That wasn't romance. It was a no-refund policy. If everyone resold their diamonds, the fake scarcity would collapse overnight. So they sold you a forever, so you'd never test what it's actually worth. For decades, almost no one caught on, and it wasn't always clean. In 2004, De Beers pleaded guilty in a U.S. court to fixing prices. That case was about industrial diamonds. But the company spent years dodging U.S. courts for a reason. Then came the real reckoning, and it came from a lab. Scientists can now grow diamonds that are chemically identical to mined ones. Same rock, same sparkle, up to 80% cheaper. And the spell finally started to break. Natural diamond prices just hit their lowest this century. De Beers lost so much it shut down its own lab-grown brand and walked away. Here's the part that should sting. It's easy to laugh at the people who fell for it, but honestly, we all did. The groom who emptied his savings. The bride who'd never dream of selling it. Your parents. Probably you. We didn't just buy the diamond, we bought the story. And we passed it on. The greatest scam in history wasn't selling a rock. It was selling forever. And the wildest part? It worked so well, you'll probably still want one anyway. We dug up the receipts, so you'd see the next con coming. So don't be a greedhead. Subscribe and we'll show you the next one before it gets you. Because every fortune hides a crime, and that's how the money vanishes.